Okay, I have started.
Okay.
So yeah, so basically this is all about punishing your opponent's bad coordination. And this is something which happens a lot in most of the games that I have seen. That usually the reason of a tactics, I mean, apart from the proper attacking games, the other reason of tactics is some side has a horrible coordination or has missed something in coordinating his pieces. And because of
Mm,
that, a weird tactics appears. So
hmm
in this one, well, I mean, this is a position I actually picked it from one of Magnus Carlsen's game. So Black's last move was h6, so which if you look at is a pretty normal move because Black obviously wants to castle, yeah. So he wanted to
hmm
defend on h7, and
Right.
because of this h6 move, White was able to find the tactics with Queen a7.
Yep.
And this just leads to a complete disaster. Well, in the game, Rook b8 was played, and Magnus Carlsen anyway decided to pick up everything and just come back. So three pieces for the queen. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty much very easy. And if Rook a7, then you have this happening. Like a pretty straight forcing variation, and the knight also escapes.
hmm
So you can say pretty much he took like really, really good advantage of this messed up coordination.
Right.
Okay. So this is exactly what I'm expecting you to find in like most of the positions. And all the
Mm.
positions are dealing with this one. So there is no surprise themes in this one.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's just start. I mean, I have started with some easy ones and the positions get difficult and difficult afterwards. So,
Okay.
okay. So this one is black to play. Gonna flip it for better perspective.
Okay. Okay. So this one, I'll start with taking the rook. So knight takes f1.
Okay. Knight f1, just rook f1.
Oh shoot.
Actually, that this position is not at all clear what happens after, I mean, knight f1, rook f1. So this is attacked. Probably you will move it somewhere and f5. Like black is up an exchange, that's for sure, but it's not that bad for white as well.
hmm Yeah, that's true.
Hmm. Plus, black has something much easier as well.
Right. Okay. I feel like I'm seeing all the different ideas for the possibilities of the tactics, but I'm not able to find the exact continuation to make it all work and come together. Like
Mhm.
I'll tell you some of my thoughts. I know that there's something involving queen b7, rook takes c3,
Uh-huh, okay.
knight takes d4. All these different possibilities are there, and then clearing the diagonal for the dark square bishop. So e takes f4.
Okay,
But
so
I'm just trying to
let's
figure out.
yeah, let's try
Mhm,
to
go ahead.
figure out the move order, yeah, for this. I mean, you have pretty much spotted everything that you need actually to solve this position. So,
So maybe we need to start with queen b7
mhm.
because we need to get the rook on f1 off that back
Yes,
rank.
and this is what makes
Okay.
this hanging, yeah.
Right.
Okay, what next?
So, okay, I see one idea now. So what if we were to take on c3 now and follow up with e4?
Okay, if you take on c3, I think white takes on e3, yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
Takes this, so
So first, okay, gotcha. First, let's get rid of the bishop on c4.
yeah, of course. And now just take this.
Yes.
So now queen has to like both the rooks are pinned. Yeah, I mean this pawn is pinned
Right.
because of this, and the rook is pinned, so cannot take. Has to take with the
Mm,
queen, and then e4 happens.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is much better, and this is completely forcing and winning as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But just now I was thinking about another way to actually make it happen, but I mean I don't think it's working right now. So I was actually thinking that if I take and play e4, what's the situation? But yeah, this is well, I was actually very much interested in this checkmate, so something like this, if I can play. But then I realized that he still has queen d5.
Yeah.
So this is the saving resource, and I think the other way around as well. So knight c4, d4, e4, and rook e3. So I was actually hoping that now bishop c3, rook c3, e3 wins, but it doesn't win. Yeah, still queen d5.
Right. Hmm.
So in all the variations, queen d5. So that's why I think this is the best move order. We have to take the bishop first, and then the bishop again, and then play e4, yeah, so that the rook is lost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well done. This is actually the correct solution, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah, perfect. All right, go for the next one.
Okay.
So here they're actually asking you to calculate knight g4. So what's the point of knight g4?
Well, we are opening up an attack on the black queen and the black bishop at the same time.
Mhm.
And it may be difficult for black to defend both pieces. And the knight on g4 is also ready to, start something on maybe the king side with knight takes h6, knight f6 are both possibilities.
Okay. So after knight g4, queen g5.
Sorry, I thought there was gonna be I thought there was an attack on the bishop, but there's no attack on the bishop. There's a pawn on f3. I missed that for some reason.
Okay.
Um, yeah, knight g4, queen g5. Okay, so knight g4, queen g5. Maybe I can play. Maybe f4 then?
Very nice, Rafi. So knight g4, queen g5 is actually the only move anyway. I mean, anything else, there is just knight f6, yeah?
Right.
So queen g5 and yeah, now f4. So queen is trapped actually here.
Wow, yeah.
So this is like actually, you can say terrible coordination between black's pieces and amazing coordination between white's pieces.
Right, yes.
Yeah, so this is the solution. So queen has no squares. I mean, queen f5 is met with knight f6, and queen
Mm-hmm.
h5 is met with knight f6.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why f4 is necessary. If you had played h4, then queen d2 still survives.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's probably white is better, but not winning, yeah, as of now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well
I was
done.
trying to make queen takes d6 work also, but it didn't work. It would have been nice though if it was possible.
This one, yeah, some back rank issues.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's not helping, yeah, right now.
yeah, yeah.
Plus, he's not obliged to take, yeah, like this is defended anyway.
Oh, right. I didn't even. Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go for one more, Rafi, for sure.
Sure.
Okay, this one is black's turn. So,
Okay.
Rafi, I'll just give you a small hint. This
Okay.
is actually a pretty easy one, and the solution actually consists of just one move. I mean, all you have to do is find like one move in this position.
So I don't. Couple of ideas I've been playing around with. One is to, just take the knight, but I'm not seeing anything after rook takes f1.
Yeah.
The other idea was try to dislodge the queen from e3 to stop defending f2 somehow
Hmm.
forcefully, but I don't see any specific way to do that. Knight f5, queen, I don't know, e2 or something.
Queen f3 can also.
Yeah, and I looked at bishop d4, so c takes, and c takes back on d4, then I feel like he still has queen d2, holding on to that bishop.
Mhm.
And then after that, well, actually, if he plays queen d2, then I can play knight e4. So bishop d4, c takes, queen, maybe e1.
Okay, okay.
And at that point, then if I play knight e4, then he can play, bishop d4, c takes, queen e1, knight e4. Seems to lose the bishop on f2 because he has nowhere to go with the bishop. Bishop e3, I just take it. Oh, he can actually, no, he can't take on d4 either.
Mhm.
My queen is protecting that pawn. So bishop d4, c takes, queen.
But he can go queen e1, yeah.
So after queen e1, I was looking at bishop knight e4, and if queen takes e4, then queen takes f2 check.
Okay.
King h1. And I'm really running out of moves at that point.
Okay. So, Rafi, why is this happening always? It's not just you. Every, I mean, I think almost every student I have worked with always tries to spot this knight e4 after bishop d4. But why it doesn't strike immediately like knight e4 right now? The bishop is anyway trapped. So,
Hmm. Oh wow, interesting. Yeah, knight e4 first.
yes.
Bishop e1 doesn't work due to the queen takes f1. Queen takes e4 doesn't work. Yeah. Why didn't I think of that one first? Well, for me personally, the way I've been trained to look at these positions is I always calculate all the checks, and I continue the checks, then captures, and then the threats. And I keep going until I stop running, until I run out of checks, captures, and threats. That's how I follow each
Okay.
line, each variation in my calculations. And so I guess bishop d4 is more of a threat than knight e4, perhaps. It seems that way, at least initially looking at it. So naturally, my brain goes towards moves like bishop d4, forcing the queen to move.
Okay. Now, I mean, the whole point was to actually deflect the queen from f2, and knight
Right.
e4 is also a deflecting move. Yeah, I mean, it's a threat and it's also a deflecting move. But for some
Mm-hmm.
reasons, everybody spots bishop d4. Actually, the bishop is necessary here to stop the escape square. Like knight
Mm,
e4, queen e4, queen f2, and this is a checkmate. Yeah, back rank.
yeah.
So that's the only reason why knight e4 wins, and no defense to the bishop. It's trapped. So next move we are gonna pick up knight f2 as well. So pretty
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So maybe this is something which we should actually think. I mean, it's actually very interesting, but almost everybody I have given this position, everyone comes up with bishop d4 after, of course, rejecting knight h1 and knight f1. Very
Yeah.
interesting. I mean, it's like almost like as if I'm seeing a pattern here.
I mean, I think that people in general, we've been trained to think of like threatening moves, and bishop d4 is much more threatening looking than knight e4.
Yeah, yeah.
Although
But
knight e4 is a threat, but I think people automatically assume that bishop e1,
mhm,
must get rid of the threat. They may miss bishop queen takes f1. That's what happened to me. I mean, actually I didn't really look at knight e4 in this particular position, but even after you told me, I was like, okay, why can't he just play bishop e1?
mhm,
And that's when I missed the queen f takes f1 idea.
yeah. Well, okay. Actually, the thing about bishop d4 is, if I take, and I think this is the reason why most of the people spot like this tactics, because now people think knight e4 is working. Yeah,
Even I missed this. Yeah, he can just take on d4, right?
yeah, he can still take on d4.
Oh wow, yeah.
So pretty much this is not working actually. Like knight d2, just bishop f6 check, and then knight d2. So
Mm-hmm.
pretty much knight
That's
e4
right.
is the only move to win the game.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I would still say, I mean, most of the positions I have given, you can check these out. Uh,
Okay.
so yeah, I mean, have a look. Like, I actually still want to spend some more time in this, because this is also giving me some calculation insights as well, like how you are calculating, and this is also something which I also probably would need to know, because maybe these are some reasons why we miss moves in our games. Yeah.
Yeah, my calculation has gotten worse. I haven't really been working on this at all lately, I'll be honest with you.
Okay. All right.
Hardly at all. So yeah.
Okay. So maybe we'll just have, like, I mean, of course, you go through the rest of the study on your own. You'll pretty much see like a lot of interesting stuff that I've given. Uh,
Okay.
but I would just have like one session also. I mean, not like one full whole session, maybe the first 15 minutes. I would just like to, like, see something more, yeah, about this calculation issues, because this was
Okay.
not there, when we were doing the middle game stuff. Especially
Right.
this, I mean, I have not seen you miss like tactics with knight e4 for a long time actually,
Yeah.
and let alone not consider the move. That's a different story altogether.
Right. Yeah.
So need to
Okay.
address
Let's
this
work on
as
it.
well. But yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, not that big of an issue.
Sounds good. Yeah. I'm down
Okay,
for it.
all right. So I think, Rafi, for the next time, of course, before we meet next time, I mean, before the next weekend practically, I will be we will be definitely discussing the Karokan games as well, and a
Okay.
little bit of this topic. Okay.
Okay. That sounds good.